And we are back. You know what time it is? 4 o'clock every afternoon. We are here bringing you people who have decided to focus on something good and share it with the audience. And today I'm excited to have one of the younger generation. Grant Ganzi is here. He's going to tell you all about his history in playing polo, about his views on what's happening with the pandemic from a younger demographic, and how he is doing something to help raise money for leukemia. I'm excited to welcome my friend, Grant Ganzi. It's your chance to tell me something good.
Steve, thanks for having me. Basically, I've been nominated for Leukemia Lymphoma Society Man of the Year in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast. And a little bit about me. So I'm a student currently at Lynn University. I'm a little more than halfway done my courses. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I play polo, so 9 months out of the year. And yes, it's polo on a horse. And because of that, it becomes a little difficult, especially in our high season with classes. So I've kind of found a magic number of classes I can take without putting myself in a difficult position to balance school and class. So and obviously that took a little trial and error. So I'm currently 21, birthday in a few days, so I'll be 22 soon.
Nice.
And I'm currently working throughout the pandemic. I'm doing a 6-week internship right now at my dad's company, Digital Colony. And hopefully, if everything stays to plan, I'm going to go play some polo in Aspen in the summer.
Fantastic.
That should be probably be other for a month and a half, and then I got to come back and start studying again at Lynn.
So I know your bio, and I know you've had some great achievements. Why don't you share with the audience some of the milestones that you've hit? At 21, you've had a pretty good career already of achievements. So why don't you share that with people?
Okay, so I think ones that'll pop out is I've been in the semifinal of the US Open. Did that at 19 alongside one of my buddies, Juan Bellini. He was, I think, 21 at the time. So for us at the time, it was pretty huge.
Humility is good, man. I like that. So it is huge.
It was definitely a good experience. We didn't think we'd get that far, honestly, with the team we had and the horsepower and all that. But I won't get into that. I've won many high goal tournaments. To highlight a few, I'd say the international cups. I've won, I think, 4 in a row. That's in the fall, usually over Thanksgiving weekend, and that's where us at the Polo Cup of Grand Champions will put a team together for the U.S. And we'll invite another country to come play us. So last year was France, for example.
Wow.
And we beat them in the last minute. They had us right to the edge. I think we were beating them in the beginning, and they came back and tied it up, and we were like, whoa, we were up by 5, and then they came back. So it was a crazy game.
Wow.
They played really, really well. Really good guys. They ended up coming to Snow Polo in Aspen after that. That was fun. And then I lost to 2 of the French guys in the final of the Snow Polo in the last seconds. I scored a goal to tie it, but kind of like in basketball, I didn't get the shot off in time.
Wow.
Which has never happened to me. So I put the ball in the goal, but it didn't leave my mallet. So I didn't get the shot off before the clock expired.
Wow. There's a life lesson there about clock management, man. We all have a limited amount of time to get things done. I'm really happy that you brought up snow polo. So for me, I've never even heard of that. I've been to polo. I know your parents at World Polo have a phenomenal event out in Wellington, and I love going out there. But snow polo, tell me a little bit about
okay,
that.
Yeah, I figured you'd ask more, but a lot of the viewers like hearing about it, so I thought I'd and a lot of people I always talk to, if I mention snow polo, it's kind of pops out a little bit. So snow polo is basically, polo that we do in Wellington is 4-on-4, right? 4-a-side. This is 3-a-side, and we actually play this in downtown Aspen.
Wow.
So on a rugby field that is covered in snow, obviously. And we set up it's more like an arena look like. It looks more like an arena. And we have this VIP tent that's raised so that it's on the same level of the walls that come up. So it's basically surrounded by these walls. And we use the rugby posts as goals. and it stops. We cut it off at a certain point because there's a netting behind it, and if it goes over the netting, it doesn't count. Which is different than polo outside, because polo outside you can hit it as high as you want, like a field goal, and it can go in from whatever, as long as it goes through the post, through the uprights. But snow polo is very, very cool event. I think because of the location, it's very popular, and because of the people we get out there, we get guys like Nacho Figueres out there. We get a bunch of the guys who play in Argentina in the Argentine Open 10 goalers out there who are make the level even better. And I've been playing with the same team for the last like 4 or 5 years. So again with my buddy Juan Bellini and this guy named Nick Roldan, who's the highest rated American polo player. And so that's a fun team. We've had a lot of success. But yeah, snow polo is a great event. And
love it. So let me switch gears and see if you can draw some parallels between what you've learned in being good in polo to the business world or the world that we're living in today. What are some of those skill sets that you draw from your experience?
I think that I was always, very intuitive. So I never had a problem asking questions, even to the referees, of how I could be better, what I could have done in a different scenario. Like if I did commit a foul or I did something, on the field that wasn't right, or if I made an error on the field, or we're going through tape with the team and I saw something that I didn't understand or saw something that I messed up on, or was watching a team video and asked them, what would you like me to do if we go up against these guys, or watching our own video, what would you like me to do differently then? If I did this wrong, what can I do? And things like that have always benefited me, I think. And
I mean, that's a tremendous skill set to have, even, as your career advances. I think a lot of people get intimidated by asking questions. And it's one of the number one things that I coach people on is if you don't know something, you got to learn every day. So it's fantastic to hear from a 21-year-old that's your perspective. That's really fantastic. And no surprise.
No, I mean, I had an internship 2 summers ago in Dallas, and there's where I kind of had my first work experience. So I asked a lot of questions naturally because, before I left, my dad, who, who's I look up to, he told me, look, if you don't know something, ask a question. Just ask, and don't try to do it without asking. Ask, then do it. If you do it incorrectly, they'll give you the feedback and you go back and do the work again. But if you don't ask before you do it and you try to do it without knowing what you're doing, you're going to get someone upset, or you're going to make yourself
it's so great, because I tell people, I go, listen, the things that I'm really, really good at now, at some point in my life, I sucked doing them. I just got better, So, knowing that perspective is great. So it's refreshing. What other, things would you take away from polo that you could use in your future life?
Well, I think just kind of knowing in polo, like I think the teamwork, because it's a team sport, being with 3 other people, including myself, on a field, and having so many different teams that put so many different people. And, the thing that we do mostly at our club is we like to change up the teams like every weekend. So in the summer, in the fall, in the spring, when we play, more like it's a little lower level of polo. It's not high goal per se, but it's like a good medium to high level. We start mixing up the teams and jumbling up, some of the sponsors, some of the pros, people like me. We get kind of in between and change hands a lot. And it's kind of fun and interesting to play with different people, because then you need to form different chemistry with different people. And like, you'll see some people don't gel. Or at first you just can't gel.
It's so great to hear your perspective, because probably unknowingly you hit on 2 of the biggest keys to success is learning and, teamwork, man. You nobody does it on an island. And so boom, you pulled those 2 things out, which are really, really great. I want to switch gears and hit on this Man of the Year opportunity for you. There is a personal story there. So why don't you share with the audience, how it touched you, why you're involved, and how the rest of us can help you help in your cause.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So basically, I was approached like mid-January by some reps at LS, Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast. And they offered me the opportunity that I was nominated by a friend of mine who'd had leukemia when he was younger, and he now does a polo event every year, Polo for Purpose, to raise money for Leukemia Lymphoma Society. And I'd helped him, I think it was like 2 years ago. I was on a committee for kind of like an after party he was trying to raise more money. And so the second I was nominated, I said yes. Of course I'd want to do it. And, I guess the thoughts going through my head was I'd known so many people that had cancer in general. And then I'd known my good friend Brandon, who had leukemia. So just doing that, I was thinking about them first and being like, look, if I can help people who don't have the resources or the means to get better, and, maybe the people that I've known I've been luckier than they have. And my grandpa at the time was going through, having lung cancer again. So being able to help out people that need it and that maybe don't have the resources or the capabilities to combat it or fight it, just spoke volumes to me. And, anything that I can do on my part, I know will help someone or multiple people.
Super, super impressive. You will find again, and this is true of, my entire career, I have found that the most successful people in life are the ones who give back. And philanthropy is a tremendous way to do that for people who are less fortunate than you. For me, a lot of my career has been sending the elevator back down with knowledge and time and energy and money. And there's so many ways that you can give back. So share with the audience, if you can, what is the Man of the Year? What is your goal, and how can I'll share this everywhere we can. How can we help you reach your goal? And, so more about the event and what's happening and how we can help.
Okay. So the timeline was like beginning of March, was the start, and we did some events prior and all that. And obviously when COVID hit, it was a little tough. So we got an extension. So it's going to end, I think, June 24th or 26th.
Nice.
So June. And, so we're close to the tail end, but so far I'd done 2 trivia nights virtually, and those were pretty successful. I was going to do some in-person events, but I chose not to because of what was going on. And my goal right now is $50,000. We're at around 37 or 30.
Good for you. Good for you.
So we're doing well. We picked it up a lot. We started off a little slow, and once COVID hit, it was tough. But after a while, I was able to manage stuff a little better because I was still kind of with school and all that. It got really tough. With the online school for me was not easy. And I had a lot more work to turn online than I did when I was going in class. So trying to balance that, finally I got some more time that I could focus on my campaign. And obviously the polo season was cut short. So once I didn't have any polo to focus on, or, school was a little less hectic for me, I was able to focus a lot on my campaign and started, doing a lot more on my end. And I think that helped a lot.
Well, I got to tell you, you are a super impressive young man, and it gives me great pleasure to see young people with this kind of thought process, this kind of work ethic. Specifically, if people want to donate, we'll put that information at the bottom of the interview so that we can get involved. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of people reach out to you just to want to know you, track your career. Are you on any social media or any ways that people can follow you?
Yeah, I am. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and on LinkedIn. I have a Twitter, but I don't really use it.
Great. You're smart. So LinkedIn is the place to tell your business story. Facebook and Instagram, certainly awesome to show, a lot of parts of your career. You have been an absolute delight. I'm thrilled to share you with my audience. If you ever need anything from me, you can count on the ball to make a donation for sure, and share this continually through the month of June. June's a special month for me. It's my birthday month. I turned 60 this month. So
happy early birthday, man. My birthday's in June too, actually.
Awesome, man. Are you? I'm a Cancer. I'm June 28th.
Okay, I'm a Gemini. You're close to my grandpa's.
Close enough, man. But we get along. It's you can tell. So your parents must be very proud. It's been great spending time with you, and we'll do everything we can to help you do what you do, because we need more young people like you. Thanks for spending the time, Grant.
Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate this so much.
And you stay on the ball.